Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I have a few items to review from Beebeecraft. Now in this video, I'm going to focus on two of them because I have been working on a project. You know, I'm trying to make a travel sewing kit for this summer. And I got this old Vera Bradley pocketbook at the flea market for just a few dollars. And I'm trying to figure out how to organize some scraps of material, some trim, you know, needles and thread, some embroidery floss, and maybe a couple of buttons and appliques, some fun things. Not a lot of stuff, but a variety of things with which I can do some fun, maybe make some slow stitch hearts or slow stitch mushrooms, anything for fun. So I thought that'd be a good thing to have when traveling, or maybe I'll even take it down to the beach because you know I like to do my beach walks, but then I have to sit and rest for a while. So I could bring this even to the beach. So two of the items that I got from Beebeecraft, one is this pack of these mini binder rings. Now check these out. These are gold mini binder rings. And they are adorable. They all open and close. Perfect for making a mini journal, aren't they? So cute. I have an idea. And I got this huge bag of trim. Now, if I put this in my travel kit, that's going to take up the whole thing. So that's not what I want to do. But there's such a variety in here. I'm going to show you what's in here. And then I'm going to show you my idea for storing these trims in such a way that I could bring a bunch of them with me in my travel kit this summer. Come on along. Before I get started on the project, just take a quick look at some of these trims. I haven't opened the bag yet, but I see some daisies in there. Oh my gosh, look at these. Well, everything's all wrapped up. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this undone. Oh my gosh, look at this bag. I will put a link and the price of these below in the description. That is gorgeous. That's what it was wrapped up in. So let's see how long this is. So that's 1 foot, 2, 3, that's 36. So it's about 40 inches long. I wonder if they're all that, oops, I wonder if they're all that long. 40 inches. Look at these gorgeous hearts. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it looks like they're all about the same length. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. Oh, and it comes in blue and white. And this is like a burlap. I love the natural trims because, you know, I like to do a lot of nature journaling. And I like to use the natural trims like the burlap. And this is a very fancy gold one. Looks like there's 2 of those. And another fancy gold one. Oh, look at this one. It's like, it's like a bunch of grapes. Purple. I love my purple. Oh, that is super fun. Look at that one. Super fun, super fun. I think there's a trim here for every occasion, isn't there? Okay, this is sort of like another natural one. It's got a little burlap thread in there. And here's another one. Burlap with a neutral color. Get organized here. Look at the daisy chain. Aw, I love this little daisy chain. And here's another daisy chain. I'm glad there's 2 of those. I love that. And some more red hearts. That's precious. And another daisy chain. Yay. Yay on that. Oh, and these are gorgeous flowers. Look at these. That is going to be fun to use in a project. Here's another one of those, and here's another one of those. I like this color. To me, this is like a burnt sienna, like a fall color. And here's some more of that natural. That would look good in my beach journal too. More of that. Nice. I love these because they're just very neutral and would go with nature journaling and a beach theme. Some more sparkly gold. And, oh, look at this one. That is very fancy. Oh my gosh. Very, very fancy. A silver one. A little carrot, where'd that come from? And another one of those. And another fancy gold one. And another silver one. And another fancy gold one. And oh, look at this one. Oh, wait. My daisy chains are messed up. This is a pink and white one. Oh, this is lovely. And one more of these. So let me count, see how many. All right, I counted 30 strands, 40 inches long, with doubles of some of them and triples and quadruples of some of them. So it's probably miscellaneous. I don't think you're going to get the same in every pack. All right, now for my idea. My idea was to make these adorable little mini file folders, punch 3 holes so that the ring binder would fit in there, and then just sew with like a basting stitch, a wide stitch that you can pull out easy if you wanted to, across the top and put some trim in there. And I figure if I make a couple of these and add the trim in and put them all in here, then I could just because you know, if you're doing a little slow stitch project, you know, one of these hearts you might want, or, you know, 2 or 3 of these daisies. So you don't need a lot when you're doing these little projects. So I think if I had several cards of different kinds of trim like this, bound together, and threw that into my sewing kit bag, that it would just be super fun, super easy to have everything available. So let me show you how I did it, and then I'm going to fill up a few more cards just to see how this is going to look. So I'm working on cleaning and organizing my shelves over there, and I had been given a large box of file folders, and I thought, well, if I cut them down, I can use them to store my stickers in, and then label on there what the stickers are, and then I can just pull this out and flip through the stickers. I got rid of the packaging. The packaging was just taking up too much room, too much space. So I figured if I dump the packages and put these together in little file folders, that would work for me. So of course you're cutting the file folder, so now you have some extra extra pieces. Okay, what to do with those? So this is the bit I trimmed off. So I took the edge with the little folded part like that, and I cut it so it would look like a file folder, so that there's a tab on the top and then sort of like a going down part on the bottom. Where's the file folder? Hey, hold on. Okay. So this was my template, sort of, but this is much larger, of course. And I didn't get it exactly right, but that's okay. Close enough. I just wanted it to sort of look like a file folder. So now that I have one for a template, and I'm always going with the fold down here, I can use that to cut some more. So I cut it up like it was a tab, and then came down. I hand cut these rounded edges, so you know they're not perfect, but that's okay. It can be a little wonky, no problem. And I measured with the ring. I took one of the binder rings And all I did was lay it here, and I put a little dot where each one of these was, and then I took my hole punch and I punched those out. I did that when it was folded. I'll show you that in a minute. And then the other part has a roundy one, and then it comes down, so that the front one is a little shorter, so I cut it a little shorter, and then I cut this part out, and then I cut that part out up there like that. But you can do it any way you want. You could do it like, you know, straight across, put a tab in the middle like that, and then do one like, you know, one like that. You can make them both the same size and use a hole punch. That might be the easiest thing. Any way you want to do it. I just thought it was funny making these little tiny mini file folders, and I tried to get them sort of to look like little folders. But if that is too much work for you to do, don't have to do that necessarily. So that's what I did, and then I took my hole punch and lined the hole up. And how I got them straight in a line was I put it right on that first crease there after I marked how far apart to put them. Okay, they went flying. I'll pick them up after. And then I marked what part to use as the top, because I was off a little bit with the ring. I mean, I just eyeballed it. I didn't go, you know, like exactly in the center. So you see, those aren't lining up, so we kind of have to flip it that way. So now they line up. So which part is the top? I have that one marked as the top. So this one, I want the top to go there. And that's important because that's where I'm sewing the little trims like that. Now I can come back and I can decorate this. I thought about covering up the sewing. I guess I could. But I wanted it to be easy because when I got down to the last one, I wanted it removable so that that one wouldn't go to waste. But I could put a little design on there or something if I wanted to. Collage a little picture, put a sticker, got plenty of stickers. All right, let's just see how one would look if I just cut it straight across. If I did it very, very simply. Full size file folder, and I need to cut it down to this size to use in my little baskets I got at the Dollar Tree for organization. So I'm going to cut it down to that size, and then I'll have another piece left over so that I can make another one. So this is the piece I'll use right there. And now I still have some other strips that are left over. There's my clock, my bird, my singing bird clock. And I can always use these for die cuts or something. So I'm going to put those over there for now. I'm putting this aside because I'm using that to help me organize. And this is what is left. I want the folded part down here. Move that over. Okay, so I want it to be, let's see, do I want it to be this big? Do I want it to be that big? How about that big? We'll go with that. And instead of having a tab that sticks out, I'm just doing it like a simpler one. But you know, you could always make one side a little shorter. move it out to there. We'll make one side a little shorter like that, because that's not hard to do. Okay, and then I'm going to take my hole punch and I'm just going to eyeball the center. And do that. So here's a variation on it. And this was easier to do. You don't have to fuss with all this drawing, like how to make it look like a file folder. It's wonky. It's not very straight. I just thought it would be funny. So this is usable, except for, you know what, I need to draw. Get these right. The holes. Okay, now I want to put it on the line. And if you don't like the lines, you can erase them. Alright, so now I've got a bunch of these. And I'm going to go over to the sewing machine with some of the trim and sew them on. And I got my little T's for top. So I know where the top is. And I'm going to cut some of this first and I'll take it over with me. Now you're not going to get many flowers on one go there. Should I make it a little shorter? It's okay if it hangs down a little bit, I think. I left my other scissors over at the sewing machine. I'm sure once you see this idea, you could probably come up with more ways of doing this. Now, when you sew these on, if you don't sew, maybe you could just tack them on with something, double-sided tape, maybe. Double-sided tape, something like that. Across the top. All right, I'm going to go sew these on. Now remember, you can use these rings just to make a mini journal. I'm just playing with an idea that I had because I'm working on my slow stitch travel kit. And I thought I'd make a cover. I'm just grabbed a piece of scrapbook paper that happened to be on the floor because I am organizing. And let's see. I made it a little bigger, and I thought I would make a tie. All right, first I'm going to punch some holes. And then I'll probably take this over to the machine and just sew on 2 pieces of scrap material here. Ooh, can I see my marks? Yeah, okay. Should have done that with a white pencil, right? Okay, this is the top. Okay, now I can see that. I can see that. I think, I know, I just keep going and going around the corners. And I'm going to take this piece of scrap material and I'm going to sew half to the front and half to the back. Make a little tie. Let me just show you how I am finishing this off. I sewed the tie on with the machine. You can see here. And then I decided to add a button because, you know, this is part of a sewing kit. And then I had these two little pieces of matching paper left over because I trimmed these down. And I thought I would just add that to the ribbon, to the spot behind the ribbon there, where I did the sewing, just to give it a little extra strength and to, and to hide that. I could have done anything there, but maybe I'll do that on the back too. Do I want to put the same kind of button or a different button? Does it matter? Ooh, let's put a fish. I haven't used any of my fish buttons yet. So I'm going to sew the fish button on right there, just using regular cotton thread. Actually, it's not cotton. It's probably polyester. Yeah, polyester thread. So I'm going to poke the needle through the paper. And you don't have to do any sewing. If you're just working on a mini journal, you can glue. You can glue the ribbon on, the ties on. You can glue some ephemera. Doesn't have to be a button. I made the cover bigger than these little mini folders that I made because I have some of these upside down. Some of these are hanging out the edge. Oh, and I added some lace, and then I did one more, and I added some ribbon that looks like leaves. But you can put any kind of ribbon, laces, trims. That is if you're making a sewing kit. If you're just making a mini journal, you're just making some pages. But I have a lot of those rings, so I probably will do a mini journal. So I'll bring you back for that adventure for sure. Adorable little fish. And I slipped the needle under some thread stitches there to tie it off. And now I'm thinking, do I want to do this for the material? But I'd like it to be a little bit bigger, so maybe I'll do something for the material samples. All right, I'm just gonna snip this off. And I have another little piece of this. I don't want to cut into my tie there. This one enough to cover that up. Like that. Okay, I'm just going to give this a second to dry and I will be right back. I finished it off. Wait, do you see how cute it is? I tied some bits of rags to the spine of the ring binder. So if you don't like the gold look or just, you know, like plain metal, you can tie some ribbons or scrap some material. Give it a finished look. There's the front. There's the back. And remember, you don't have to make this into a sewing journal. It can be any kind of journal you want it to be. This is just something I'm working on right now. A button on the front, a button on the back. Open it up. The inside cover. And then all my little mini file folders with trim that I could just snip a piece off and use it in a slow stitch project. When I travel this summer. Got my laces there. Look how cute. It's perfect. It's like palm sized. Got a little bit of a tie here. Keep everything nice and neat and organized. Give it a pretty little bow. Now if you just put pages in there, you know, this would be your mini journal. But now I'm thinking that this might just be big enough to put in strips of material. I have these strips of material that I got at the Dollar Tree. And this would be perfect for that. Look at that. I might do the inside a little bit differently because material instead of trim, but you know, I think this is a perfect size. All right, I'm going to make another one. And I will show it to you in another video when I come back. And I will list these Beebeecraft items below with a discount coupon. And I will be back with some more projects with some items that I got from Beebeecraft. Thanks for coming along today, and happy junk journaling and happy slow stitching. Bye-bye.